Welcome to today's video. We are about to witness extremely intense moments where just one small mistake could lead to disastrous consequences. Every decision, every action can be the difference between safety and danger. Always stay alert, be cautious, and never underestimate the risks on the road. Florida police didn't wait around. A SWAT team stormed in and arrested a man accused of threatening to kill a coworker. The operation was swift, with no injuries reported, but the suspect is about to learn a hard lesson. Making death threats is never a good idea, especially when it's the police knocking at your door. Overconfident, and the price was high. A young motorcyclist raced ahead with pride, only to face a harsh reality when he slammed straight into the back of a car. A lifelong lesson. Sometimes braking is more important than speed. Motorcycle stopped past the red light just as a car lost control and raced toward it. The direct impact sent the bike flying. A pricey lesson for stopping in the wrong place. Always be cautious and follow traffic rules. Instead of turning right, he suddenly turns left, heading against traffic on the highway. A car slams into it, sending the trailer flying. The impact causes both vehicles to spin 180 degrees on the road. A skydive like no other. Instead of jumping the usual way, a team of skydivers rode a car as it plummeted freely from the sky. A jaw-dropping scene straight out of an action movie, but definitely not for the faint of heart. Flames erupt, black smoke fills the sky. On a street in Shangrao, Jiangxi, a truck speeds forward engulfed in flames with thick black smoke billowing. Amidst the dire situation, the driver remains calm, calls fire rescue 119, honks loudly, and races straight to the fire station. The gatekeeper quickly opens the gate, allowing him to enter safely. Police launched a high-speed pursuit, tailing the daring criminals as they sped away. After an intense chase, officers boxed the vehicle in, blocking all escape routes. Game over. Underground pipe explosion. Several manhole covers shoot into the air. Deep craters form on the road. The pavement buckles and cracks, turning the area into a devastated landscape. Traffic is severely affected. A little luck, a little instinct, and most definitely, a lesson in staying alert on the road. A runaway SUV crashes straight into a power pole in San Pedro, turning the impact into a city-wide blackout show. Fortunately, the driver walked away unharmed, but next time they might want to check the brakes before challenging the sturdiest object on the road. Towing a luxury car like a Mercedes requires precision and professionalism, but not every tow truck driver gets it right. Just one small mistake could turn a routine service into a costly nightmare. Intersection chaos. The suspect's car is T-boned. Both vehicles lose control and barrel straight into a residential house. The massive impact causes the two-story house to collapse, burying both vehicles underneath, creating pure chaos. An 18-wheeler in Texas lost control, barreling through the overpass barrier like a scene straight out of an action movie. Except this wasn't a movie. The massive truck plummeted onto the road below, erupting into flames. Tragically, the driver did not survive. A harsh reminder. The highway leaves no room for error. Not something you see every day. A viral video captured an SAPD patrol car cruising down the highway, with a gas pump still attached to its side. Someone must have been in a big hurry leaving the gas station and forgot a pretty important detail. Surveillance footage captured a driving student attempting to parallel park, but the end result? A disastrous crash. The car slammed straight into a parked vehicle in Bradford, West Yorks, a lesson they'll never forget. parked near a pedestrian crossing at an intersection, when suddenly, a cement truck loses balance and falls on it. Earlier, the truck had swerved sharply to avoid an oncoming vehicle turning left, leaving half of the minibus completely crushed. Police had enough. In a high-stakes chase, they took decisive action, ramming the suspect's vehicle, sending it flying off the road. A clean finish. And probably a lesson learned for the fleeing driver. Tahoe swerves off the road. Suddenly, it crosses the white line and crashes hard into the rear of a stationary heavy truck. The result? The driver suffers severe injuries, including a broken leg, and is rushed away by firefighters in critical condition. Brake failure. Truck crashes into 16 cars. On a highway in Thailand, a downhill truck suddenly loses brakes and control, then slams into 16 vehicles. Many cars are crushed, creating a terrifying scene on the road. A rescue operation turned disaster. A service team tried to lift an 18-wheeler back into place, but instead they flipped it over again, sealing the fate of the unlucky cars parked below. If the goal was more damage, then congratulations. Mission accomplished. The deputy called for backup, signaled for the car to stop, but the driver floored it and sped away. An intense chase through the city began the final moment. Police executed a perfect pit maneuver, sending the car spinning to a halt. Game over. A split-second escape. A motorcyclist narrowly avoids getting caught in a high-speed highway crash, swerving just in time, like a scene from an action thriller. A high-speed chase turned into a fireball on a 180. A teenage driver slammed into a truck at an insane speed, causing the car to explode upon impact. Flames erupted in an instant, turning the pursuit into a nightmare scene. A brutal ending and a harsh reminder that running from the police rarely ends well. Police surrounded a stolen pickup truck driven by a suspect wanted for armed robbery. Maximum tension. A thrilling takedown. A helicopter crashed while placing a Christmas tree on the pier in Auckland after getting tangled in a crane cable. Luckily, the pilot, with 20 years of experience, escaped unscathed, and everyone on the ground was safe. Highway bomb! A tanker truck driver fell asleep, causing the vehicle to slam straight into the median. The impact sparks a fire, igniting the fuel inside the tank. Instantly, a massive explosion, thick smoke and flame. Truck flips over after crash. While crossing the road suddenly, another vehicle speeds in and hits it hard, flipping the truck over. Fuel spills. Fire erupts. Fortunately, bystanders manage to break the window, rescue the driver, and extinguish the flames before it gets worse. A rescue turned disaster. As a man attempted to winch a car onto a tow truck, the cable snapped, sending the vehicle rolling backwards out of control. Next time, maybe check the cable first, before turning a rescue into an unintended chase scene. Video captures a terrifying moment. A car tries to overtake but crashes into a motorbike on an Hungara highway vigneto. The victim is thrown onto the road and is in critical condition. White and a black car suddenly faced off on a narrow road. Only room for one. A deep ditch on the side, out of nowhere. The black car driver pulled a slick maneuver, lifting two wheels off the ground, and escaped with an impressive stunt. Propane tank was leaking right on the passenger seat, but the driver had no idea the moment he turned the key. The explosion tore through the truck, but miraculously, the man survived against all odds and rushed out to safety. horrific crash! Two vehicles collide violently at an intersection, their fronts shattered to pieces. Flames erupt immediately. Luckily, the driver opens the door and jumps out just before things get worse. Two seconds between life and death. A dramatic video captures the heart-stopping moment a fighter jet pilot ejects just seconds before his plane erupts into flames. The fire consumes the aircraft in the blink of an eye. A moment too late, and the story would have ended very differently. Red light runner gets instant karma. The car runs a red light and immediately suffers the consequences by crashing hard into another vehicle, resulting in a sudden and dangerous collision. A heart-stopping moment. A car was stuck on the tracks as a speeding train closed in, but the driver managed to jump out just seconds before impact. The car never stood a chance. But at least, life matters more. Failing to keep a safe distance, the white car slammed hard into the black car ahead. But it wasn't over. Another car speeded in, pushing the white car straight underneath the black car. A chain reaction crash. 5 vehicles involved. An air show tragedy. A Mi-28 helicopter crashed near Ryazan, Russia, turning a performance into a disaster. Sadly, lives were lost. A stark reminder that even controlled flights can carry unpredictable risks. Truck flips over after crash. While crossing the road suddenly, another vehicle speeds in and hits it hard, flipping the truck over. Fuel spill. Fire erupts. Fortunately, bystanders managed to break the window, rescue the driver, and extinguish the flames before it gets worse. The truck slowed down to stop, but suddenly got rear-ended hard. The impact was so severe that the trailer flew into the air. Fortunately, the truck skidded down the highway and stopped between a police car and a civilian vehicle, avoiding a greater disaster. Video captures a speeding orange truck out of control. It slams into multiple cars, triggering a chain reaction crash. Vehicles spin out, crashing into each other in a scene of pure chaos and devastation. Michigan State Police released intense footage of a high-speed chase. A patrol car slammed into a stolen SUV, sending it flipping and crashing hard into a wall. A no-nonsense ending, and probably the final chapter for this reckless getaway. The road collapsed as a truck passed, opening up a massive sinkhole in Topeka. No time for warning, a pickup came speeding in. Luckily, no major damage occurred. Shattered glass everywhere. A car slams directly into a glass-carrying truck crossing the road. The impact causes the truck to lose control, crashing into another car. This is clearly a chain reaction accident due to lack of attention. The patrol car drove through a red light, while a mini car had a green light but failed to notice and raced forward. The impact was so severe, nearly pushing the minicar into another vehicle stopped at the red light. Luckily, the driver hit the brakes in time, avoiding a multi-car pileup. Motorcycle versus car. While moving, a motorcycle suddenly faces a car crossing right in front. A crash is inevitable. The question is, did the car cross recklessly, or did the motorcycle fail to slow down? Who's at fault? A nightmare stop. Oklahoma police pulled over a vehicle for a routine check, only to get rammed by another car out of nowhere. The collision turned a simple traffic stop into a scene of total chaos. The car was stuck at the roadside, 2 people struggling to move it, when suddenly, a pickup truck came rushing in. Slippery mud, lost traction, crash. The pickup slammed hard, then slid straight into the ravine. Terrifying. The semi-truck lost control, rolled hundreds of meters down the street. Only after crashing straight into a furniture store did it finally stop. Smart technology. Dumb crash. Luckily, no one was injured, but maybe next time the driver should double check who's really in control, them or the car. On a street in Shangrao, Jiangxi, a truck speeds forward engulfed in flames with thick black smoke billowing. Amidst the dire situation, the driver remains calm, calls fire rescue 119, honks loudly, and races straight to the fire station. The gatekeeper quickly opens the gate, allowing him to enter safely. On the streets of Jaboticabal, a Land Rover was parked quietly when suddenly a passing truck clipped it. The truck driver failed to maintain distance. A heavy collision left the Land Rover badly damaged. A street stunt gone wrong. Footage captures a speeding car balancing on two wheels before losing control and crashing straight into a Starbucks in Walpole. The impact shatters glass and turns the coffee shop into chaos. Luckily, no one was hurt. A massive metal ball rolls through. It slices a moving bus in half, creating a horrifying scene. Luckily, this is just a movie scene, not a real-life disaster. Kia Soul goes airborne while overtaking in the left lane on a California highway. Suddenly, a tire from a pickup truck on the right flies loose. The Kia hits it, gets launched into the air, flips over, then crashes down. Debris scatters everywhere in a horrifying moment. A freak accident. A slow-moving, low-profile forklift unintentionally collided with a parked container truck, flipping over in the process. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the driver will likely never forget the importance of keeping a safe distance. Engulfed Melendez speeds out of control, cutting across lanes, running a red light, and then losing control. The car barrels onto a concrete platform, smashing a laundry cart, barely missing a woman. It then slams into a Chevy Tahoe before crashing directly into a man trying to cross between an SUV and a U.S. postal truck. A horrific chain collision. Car recklessly overtaked right in front of a container truck. The impact sent it crashing into the median. Airbags deployed. Wheel flew off. The truck slammed on the brakes, sending stone slabs flying onto the road. Both vehicles badly damaged. A terrifying moment at the Gelendzhik Air Show. Spectators captured shocking footage of a Mil-Mi-8 helicopter losing control and plunging onto the airport grounds. A haunting scene in the middle of an aviation event. Hopefully, no severe casualties. Out-of-control truck slams into car. The truck veers left, crashing into a car in the same lane. The impact causes the car to spin sideways, flip multiple times, scrape past a disabled vehicle in the emergency lane, then fly over the barrier and plunge 20 meters down. A horrific scene. The fire truck sped through the turn, lost control, and flipped over. A firefighter suffered minor injuries, but luckily was discharged after one night and made it home safely. It crashes hard into a moving motorcycle, sending two people flying onto the road. Luckily, no one was injured in this dangerous collision. Dashcam captures a fleeing suspect. Pursued by multiple patrol cars, he reaches an intersection, then swerves into the opposite lane and slams head-on into a patrol car. Shockingly, his vehicle even ends up on top of it, creating a horrific collision. A female driver mistook the gas pedal, launching straight into a guard booth before slamming into a wall. The impact was brutal, but hopefully no one was injured. Just a lifelong lesson on checking the pedals before stepping on the gas. Woman charged with disorderly conduct. She is accused of causing an accident at Forest Park gas station and will face trial to answer for the charges. When a car loses control, the driver panics, and and a collision becomes inevitable. The consequences are unpredictable. Just one wrong move could lead to disaster. Florida patrol car chases a fleeing SUV. On I-95, South Florida, within minutes, the driver loses control and crashes into the guardrail. The SUV flips over, colliding with other vehicles on the road. Tires skidding, driver losing control. Tension through the roof. But miraculously, the truck regained balance and police got out just in time, narrowly avoiding disaster. A heart-stopping moment. Video captures a speeding car tearing through a parking lot and crashing into a beauty salon in Chandler, Arizona, narrowly missing a customer casually scrolling on their phone in the lobby. A few inches difference, and this story could have ended very differently. Florida patrol car chases a fleeing SUV. On I-95, South Florida, within minutes, the driver loses control and crashes into the guardrail. The SUV flips over, colliding with other vehicles on the road. Loss of control or slippery roads? Whatever the cause, two cars collided in a brutal crash. A pricey lesson on the importance of speed control and road conditions. Distracted truck driver. He crashes directly into a maintenance vehicle, sending both into the median barrier. The impact traps a man inside the cabin. Rescuers use a crowbar, desperately trying to pull him out. A truck lost control and overturned right on the highway in Kadoma, Osaka. Nearly flew off the road. A heart-stopping moment, just 1 second more, and it could have been a disaster. Kia Soul goes airborne while overtaking in the left lane on a California highway. Suddenly, a tire from a pickup truck on the right flies loose. The Kia hits it, gets launched into the air. A female driver mistook the gas pedal, launching straight into a guard boot before slamming into a wall. The impact was brutal, but hopefully no one was injured. Just a lifelong lesson on checking the pedals before stepping on the gas. A car sped across Ocean Avenue Bridge but nearly got stuck in the middle, tilted almost 90 degrees. The driver panicked, ready to jump, but luckily, the car slid back to safety at the last second. A heart-pounding escape. Woman charged with disorderly conduct. She is accused of causing an accident at Forest Park gas station and will face trial to answer for the charges. Danger lurks. An accident can strike at any moment when a wheel suddenly detaches from a moving vehicle, creating a potential hazard for both pedestrians and surrounding vehicles. The SUV sped through the night, headlights off, then plowed straight into a house in South Carolina. Bricks and debris flew everywhere, narrowly missing a woman sitting on her porch. A miraculous escape. Before the light turns green, the pickup truck already turns quickly, while the Chevrolet also drives straight. At that moment, a white SUV approaches from the left, following the signal, crashing into the Chevrolet. The impact sends the white car onto the sidewalk, while the black car spins nearly a full circle. Fortunately, occupants sustain only minor scratches. If you're already afraid of flying, do not watch this. A Boeing 727 was intentionally crashed into the Mexican desert as part of a collision test. Red car moving slowly, then suddenly accelerates. It barrels straight into multiple motorbikes waiting ahead. Riders fall everywhere. What happened inside the car? Brake failure, accidental acceleration, or driver malfunction? Maybe the driver forgot to brake, and the result? Boom! The car slammed straight into the wall, creating a brand new door by accident. flips over, then crashes down. Debris scatters everywhere in a horrifying moment. The motorcyclist panicked and fled, barely escaping as the SUV suddenly reversed. The two-wheeler was crushed right before his eyes. A narrow escape. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss more exciting content. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with the latest videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.